don't.
Mic check. 7, 8, 9.
10, 11, 12.
5, 7, 8.
9, 10, 11, 12.
I missed the number.
I know you did.
I missed number 6.
What's going on?
This is the first Monday Night Raw review of February 2014. Welcoming again are my favorites in wrestling to talk to. Introduce yourselves.
Well, fine. You want me to go first? Fine. If you don't know who I am the future. The lifesaver of the show. The lifesaver of everybody in the world. Get used to it. The future has arrived.
It's Chris Coury, the future.
You guys are funny. Okay, this is Vanessa, VNESS.
VNESS.
I'm more of the one that laughs a lot at everything. Yes.
She's a Jerry.
So she's gonna laugh one more time.
She's a Jerry Lawler. She's a Jerry Lawler of the group. I'm the JBL of the group. And Alex is the Michael Cole.
JBL is an asshole.
I'm Michael Coleslaw, like Ryback said last week on SmackDown. And he thought that was hilarious, calling him Michael Coleslaw. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to talk like an 80s wrestler a lot. But the beginning of the day was kind of Randy Orton again complaining about he has to go through all these things to be where he is and all this shit.
Oh, he doesn't cry and cry and cry.
Number one top everything dead or alive, Triple H, my favorite, comes out, interrupts him with Stephanie, and he's kind of like, we're reconsidering your bitch assness and thinking about a new face for the WWE.
Yeah. If he doesn't step up his game, then they're gonna reconsider it, because Stephanie and Hunter, they have this faith in him. Well, they had now, because it's just diminishing with every cry. And every time he comes out, their faith goes, less and less and less. They had this big faith in him, and they're saying that, it's pissing them off every week, him coming and crying like a fucking bitch, about the authority putting him through hell, basically, and back.
That's because Randy Orton doesn't deserve to defend that title in 3 weeks come the Elimination Chamber in Minnesota.
Well, he keeps saying that he does because, he's beat Bryan so many times. And he's like, how many times do I gotta be Bryan? How many times do I gotta be Cena?
No. I'm gonna cut you off on this one, alright? I'm gonna cut you off on this one. Alright? Orton feels that he should be exempt from defending his title at the Chamber.
Why? What if you're
because
the best? You have
at
to prove that you're the best,
Vanessa,
week in and week out.
Vanessa.
When Bryan there was beating up Bryan every week. The authority was coming and beating up Bryan every week, and Bryan wasn't crying. Bryan was like, "Okay, you want to put me in the match with all 3 members of the Whites? You want to put me in the match with all 3 members of the Shield? Bring it on, bitches!" And he proved himself every week.
But you don't get what I'm trying to say here, Vanessa, okay? Listen. The Elimination Chamber, in my view, is a wasted pay-per-view of the WWE. Why should a man who's been around longer than the GOAT, Daniel Bryan, have to defend that WWE World title? It's a minor pay-per-view. They should do away with it because by now it's Batista, it's Orton in the Superdome in April at Mania. Why do you need a minor pay-per-view to show the WWE?
They need to fill up time, though.
Kick my ass! You can have those months to build up storylines, because that's what they're fucking lacking. Storylines!
Can I just say my favorite part, one of my favorite parts is when Stephanie said to Orton, don't bite the hand that feeds you. When they're the ones that put him to the position that he's in, especially Hunter.
So they get pissed off.
He looks ungrateful.
But I think he does. I mean, I'm a big Randy Orton fan, but this whole bitch-assness, crybabiness is getting to me. Like, I'm already pissed off And so Stephanie McMahon and Triple H are saying, well, you want to be a pussy? This is what's going to go down. You're going to have to face all six members.
The 6 members of the Elimination Chamber.
Yes, individually.
It's 5.
So it's going to be 5. He has to fight each one of them individually now before his match on Elimination Chamber. So that's going to be, he has to fight Daniel Bryan. He has to fight John Cena. Cesaro. What are the other 2 members? Christian.
Sheamus.
And Sheamus. Exactly. So now he has to fight them individually till he hits the Elimination Chambers match. For him to start, for them, to say like, yo, we need you to prove himself. So tonight's match was...
I kind of hated it and I kind of loved it when Triple H did the yes!
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
I put on Facebook. Because it's like,
are they giving the faith? Is Daniel Bryan finally getting the faith he deserves? And Triple H is backing him?
Triple H is being a fucking hypocrite. Sorry, you guys.
Excuse me?
Yes, Triple H is being a freaking hypocrite.
No, you know why? What's his motto? What's his motto?
You're making me sick.
What's Triple H's motto nowadays?
You're making me
best for business.
Exactly, and he's doing what?
Best for business.
So
okay,
how is he
exactly.
Fake? He's not fake.
No, sick.
No,
he's not fake because he said the truth.
He's being fucking hypocrite because he was the one that was talking mad shit about Daniel Bryan, and now that the whole freaking universe is backing up Daniel Bryan. Well, before he was like, oh no, that he wasn't even listening to the universe. But it's gotten overboard with this yes movement, and they're realizing that what's best for business is not having Randy Orton, it's having freaking Daniel Bryan. So now he's doing the fucking yes movement. And shit, that's being a hypocrite because you should have seen that shit from the beginning. You can't be talking shit about Bryan last week and then trying to fucking defend him this week.
You know what the problem with is? They gotcha. Because they're building the anticipation when Bryan finally gets it. And they want you to hate Randy so when he loses it, it's a bigger moment. And they got you hooked. They got you. That's why you're mad.
They playing with my fucking emotions.
They got you because that's a better builder. It would be so lame if no one hated Randy and then Bryan took the belt from him. That would be no emotion behind it.
That is
true.
So
Randy's playing his perfect role and so is Hunter. They're both being the dicks that they have to be to make Bryan look like a superstar.
And Bryan does that on his own, though.
No, but
I understand what you're saying.
Contribute just as much as the baby faces.
I know.
They're the ones that make them look like the baby faces. Just like they wouldn't be a hero without a villain. Just like in Batman and all the other comics. They would not without Joker around, Batman wouldn't be around.
Really?
I understand.
Without the villain there to corrupt things, there's nothing to fix.
Alright guys, enough of that.
Still, he was being a hypocrite. But okay.
Gotcha.
Let's go on.
Move on.
We move on
Thank God.
to Mysterio, Kofi Kingston, and Big E versus all 3 members of the Shield. This was it was an okay match till Big E and Roman Reigns actually collided, because we've seen Dean Ambrose fight against Kofi, but these are 2 big powerhouses, Big E and Roman Reigns, and when Big E was just like colliding with Roman Reigns, beating him with freaking big old arms and chest and doing power bombs on him. What do you guys think of that match?
It was alright. Could have been better.
That's what I'm saying. Like the only highlight was them 2.
The Superman punch is always the highlight.
The Superman punch, and the other point was when Reigns was about to go for his patent and devastating, decapitating spear. Ambrose tagged himself in, and did you see the look on Roman Reigns' face?
If you see these last couple of weeks, it's been Roman Reigns shining. Like it's been him shining, taking a win. Ambrose is like, wow, it's my time to freaking do something. Because he was, I'm thinking he's getting pissed off if Roman Reigns getting all the attention.
You gotta get used to it, because that's how the Shield is gonna break up. You're gonna see Roman Reigns be a damn good singles competitor, better than what Dean Ambrose is. But did you ever notice that Ambrose isn't defending the United States title? Which to me, I think he's knowing that he's fucking chicken, or that there's no competition out there for the United States title.
I mean, but if you look, the United States title is like, oh, I won the United States title.
It was like that in WCW. It wasn't a major title, but yet it was defended at almost every pay-per-view. When was the last time you seen the United States title defended at a pay-per-view in the WWE? When?
Because it's like an champion.
But still, defend the fucking title. Make it worth something, for crying out loud. That's what you got it there for. Make it something already.
Well, they'll probably take it out soon because I don't think it's like worth anything right now. But yeah, so Roman Reigns hit a big Superman punch on Big E and was about to go for the spear, and Ambrose actually tagged himself in, and he did
the win.
Yeah, he took the win for the Shield.
But
and
Reigns was
livid, and they were fighting, and then Rollins comes in again, try to separate them.
Yeah, Rollins is like the little...
And then Wyatt's.
Oh yeah, the Wyatt
show up on the screen.
Oh my god.
And do their little speech.
Which I think was good because Bray Wyatt, you know...
This guy...
The creepy asshole that he is, he really...
I like his speeches. Like, I'm not a big fan of the Wyatts, but those speeches be having me like... What?
Shit.
He's fucking creepy as shit.
He's the new king. After he destroys the Shield, he's gonna feel like it. Because his reign is already great.
Yeah.
Kane, Daniel Bryan, and then this like dismantling the Shield with their final days. Like finally, like the final straw on the camel's back is the Wyatts. That's the perfect way to go.
I'll tell you this right now, if you don't see the Shield dismantled at Elimination Chamber, you're going to see it at WrestleMania.
You're going to see it the next day. And then
No.
I think they're going to dismantle against the Wyatts in Elimination Chamber. Like, I've been saying this for 3 months, and I keep bringing it to Chris Coury's face. I'm like, I told you, like 3-4 months ago, the Shield are going to break up between Roman Reigns and freaking Ambrose. And no one believed me till recently when you actually saw the tension more and more and more and more.
Yeah, you saw it at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but no one believes me. Shit, I fucking knew this was gonna happen. So I think it's gonna be an Elimination Chamber.
WrestleMania.
Yes.
Watch my...
So
now we're gonna go on to Christian, who is in the Elimination Chamber, versus the so-called quote-unquote real American Jack Swagger.
American of America.
But before that, Bad News Barrett interrupted and said how people were stuffing their faces with fatty foods, which I'm going to take credit for because I was stuffing my face
for the Super Bowl
with a damn good Domino's extravaganza pizza. By the way, go on Domino's.com to order that pizza. You will love it. But anyway, after Bad News Barrett does his little yada yada speech.
And interrupted by Jerry Lawler, by the way.
Thank you, Vanessa, for interrupting me. Don't ever do that again.
Little boy, you better calm down. Like I was saying, Jerry Lawler interrupted him and said, I got bad news for you. Next week, you ain't gonna be here, bitch.
Oh, you just took the limelight out of my segment.
Continue, sir. That's what you get for interrupting me.
You interrupted me, so watch it! But anyway, on to the Swagger Christian match. It was good. You know, hell, it's ups, it's downs. It was back and forth. Of course, Zeb Coulter, a.k.a. Yosemite Sam lookalike, decided to, you know, bark orders. He's trying to pump up Swagger because lately Swagger's been on a downslide. You know, he's been, like, being harassed. He's been losing, and Cesaro's been winning, and Coulter's like, you know, wake up. You know, you're better than what you are. You got it. You know, you're better than this. You're better. You're the former world heavyweight champion. You're a former Elimination Chamber winner. Get back to what you were. Get back to the status that you were before, you know, I took you under my wing. But in the end, Christian wins it, and to the dismay of Cesaro, Swagger, and Coulter, I'm going to tell you this, that is probably going to be the end of the Real Americans, because I think Zeb Coulter is furious now with Swagger. He's done. He can't take losing. He wants nothing but a winner, and he's seeing that in Cesaro.
Yeah, right now Swagger is like, I remember Swagger being so vicious. Like when it was Swagger versus Rey Mysterio, he was really vicious.
And that's what Colton wants out of them. But he's not getting it out of Swagger. He's getting it more out of Cesaro. He's getting a lot more intense matches with Cesaro. It's like they're putting Swagger on the bottom of the pedestal.
Exactly. So it's like, you see Cesaro's face. Cesaro was just shaking his head, like really upset when Swagger lost, because Swagger lost again. And like Zeb Coulter, like they're gonna separate.
Because you look at it, because Swagger had a golden chance to get into the Elimination Chamber. A golden chance on Friday night. All he had to do was beat Christian and he would have qualified.
Exactly.
But what happened? He lost.
Well,
Cesaro got the opportunity. He's in it. They're pushing Cesaro more and more and more. And you're going to see it. I'm predicting Chamber of Mania, Real Americans are going to be done.
Yeah. Like everyone's going to be breaking up. But
Heartbreak Hotel. The whole year is going to be Heartbreak Hotel.
It's going to be like 1991 all over again, just without Marty Jannetty.
You see, that's a reference you need to go on Google for.
Yeah, I was just 1 year old, so I was actually just thinking about food.
Let's get back to the modern era. With old school people in it, the defending WWE Tag Team Champions, the New Age Outlaws.
Oh, you didn't know? You better call
Versus
somebody.
The former Tag Team Champions, the Rhodes Brothers, Cody and his brother, Goldust.
Who, by the way, as former champions, Goldust is still proving himself beyond a shadow of a doubt.
I know.
For a man his age, he's still proven to be not a top grade wrestler like he was when he had Marlena, you know, during the Attitude Eras of the 90s and the early 2000s and all that, but he's still being, you know,
he's still kicking ass.
A mid-card superstar.
He's really kicking ass. I wasn't like, I've heard of Goldust before, and I've seen like 1 or 2 matches with him and him coming out, but I wasn't really there for like when he was in the prime.
Oh, in the prime of his career came in.
When like Attitude Era and all that, I wasn't there for him. So me seeing him now, and it's just like, wow, this guy is like.
The prime of his career, Vanessa, really came when it was WrestleMania 12. He built up a feud with Roddy Piper, and that's when they were in Anaheim, and that was during the OJ trial, by the way. But for those who didn't know that, you know, WrestleMania 12 was during the OJ trial, you know, when OJ got something with murder and all that, but they replayed it. They did like a skit, you know, with like Goldust running away from Piper. Piper was like the cops, and Goldust was like OJ Simpson and all that. You know, that's like a reference to that. Yeah. But, you know, Goldust now with his brother, it's like he's a whole new guy. He's rejuvenated.
They work really good together.
And you're thinking by either Chamber or Mania that the Rose Brothers are going to be done?
That's all on it. That's all on AS right here.
Yo, my prediction, I said it already. They breaking up, and it's going to be an epic brother-on-brother WrestleMania moment.
You see, I tend to disagree with you, man, because
That's okay. I'm just going to say I told you so.
Because I don't see it happening, because the way Goldust is right now, I would say this right now is like a revival of his prime of his career. He's better than ever. He looks more in physical shape than when he did, you know, when he was during the Attitude Era. I mean, okay, he was in good shape, but it's like now it's like, you know, hey, this is a second opportunity for me to be in the WWE working besides my brother. Maybe there's better things with my brother than there are being a singles competitor. We don't know. But anyway,
That can take another 5 years to talk about. So the match itself, in the beginning I was bored because it's a cage match and they're not using the cage. The crowd was saying, use the cage, use the cage. And I was like, yeah, use the cage. Like, what's up?
Yeah, but Road Dogg.
It started happening later on.
Yeah,
when
Road
the first thing was Goldust getting.
But did you see the faces of the New Age Outlaws?
They don't want to be in there. Road Dogg is like, what are we doing in here?
Because you want to know something? Quote me if I'm wrong, fans, but I don't think the Outlaws have ever been in a cage match in WWE. The most epic encounter they ever had was when they dumped Cactus Jack and Terry Funk in a dumpster off the stage on Monday Night Raw during the height of the Attitude Era. That's what the Outlaws are good for. You put them in a surrounding environment like a cage.
There's just like a new environment.
It's like a new environment for them. Meanwhile, Cody's been in cages. Goldust has been in cages. They've been in cages. They know the environment. They know what it's like.
Yeah, but this was a match where it was just pinfall. It wasn't you trying to escape from the top. You trying to escape from the door. You had to be pinned. What they put that cage there was to actually keep Lesnar out.
Speaking of that, Lawler was talking to like, doesn't he know that it's a pin match?
Yeah,
and then Cody climbed all the way to the top.
Oh my God! I thought he broke his neck. Seriously.
And honestly, he missed.
Oh,
he just he put his hand on him, kind of.
But the crowd
Cody
still
got hurt.
But still, the crowd gave Cody a pop for that.
Yeah, so Cody went all the way to the top and tried to do a backflip on Road Dogg. And he missed Road Dogg, most of his body. He only hit Road Dogg with his arm. But he fell on his right arm, I believe.
Yeah, it was his right arm.
And he hurt it real bad. Which,
you know when you get the fame after,
yeah.
you're done.
Oh, that was perfectly set up.
So, Billy Gunn, right?
Billy was the legal man in anyway.
So Billy Gunn ended up doing a famouser on him, making him lose. I thought because I thought he broke his arm completely.
No, I thought he broke his neck the way it looked.
No,
I thought he landed on his neck.
He had landed on his arm. Thank God nothing happened.
Yeah, you're lucky when you're that high up.
But with the famouser and them winning, the New Age Outlaws. So now it's New Age Outlaws retained for their match. Their titles actually. And the Rhodes Bros still don't have the tag team champion belts anymore. Which is sad to me.
So now
Bro.
we're gonna go on to one of the most boringest sleeper matches of the night. Titus O'Neil versus Zack Ryder. Who, by the way,
know it.
By the way, Zack Ryder, if you didn't look at him, got a haircut, and you look like a freaking whack version of Hugh Jackman, like Wolverine.
Do you guys actually know? Just
Do we
to
really
make
have
this,
to talk about this
yes,
match?
just to make this interesting, because this match was sucked ass. Do you guys know where Zack Ryder actually came from?
Long Island.
No, like where he actually originated from. Like how did he come to the WWE? You guys remember the Edgeheads?
Yes.
With Edge?
Yes, he was with
Zack
Kurt
Ryder,
Hawkins.
yes.
Kurt Hawkins.
Zack Ryder was one of the Edgeheads with him. And then he cut it all off and became the woo woo woo. But yeah, that's just a little fun fact for you guys. Because this match...
Fun is debatable.
Because this match sucked ass. It's basically Titus O'Neil trying to show that, I can win by myself without...
why was The Miz out there?
The Miz out there, he came out, and The Miz sat on the microphone to JBL and Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler. He was like, can you guys believe that they putting these two out here on Monday Night Raw and they didn't even put me on the roster for today? And he was pissed off, and then he walked off.
Yeah, they're
I mean, like, if you're gonna actually say, get inside the ring, because Jerry Lawler was like, we're not even managers, we don't even put the stuff together. We don't even put the matches.
What's next? I don't want to talk about yo. No.
It's whoa, woo, woo. Anyway.
Yo.
So the match sucked. Titus O'Neil won.
Blah, blah, yada, yada.
Now on to something interesting. The Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. He comes out to a nice pop. And then he's going to fight Axel. And during that match, the crowd was actually chanting boring. And they kept chanting CM Punk.
For those who don't know why they were chanting CM Punk, rumor was breaking last week that CM Punk left WWE because he was unhappy with the way the company was going. So now the rumors are going around, will he go to TNA? Will he go back to Ring of Honor?
So yeah, the only two things I have to say about this is it was an okay match. Axel was really hurting the
surgically repaired right shoulder.
Yes. Sheamus. He was going in on that. But even with that, Sheamus beat the shit out of him with a bro kick. And he actually ended up getting the win with that bro kick. The big highlight, as I said before, was the whole boring chant and the CM Punk chant that was going on. Because it was, for the audience, it was just like, boring. We don't want to see these two guys fight together. So Sheamus went with a nice bro kick to Axel's face. And that was nice.
So let me go on to a segment that's Santino and Fandango.
Do we really have to talk about how bad this was?
And she
sucked ass.
Santino sucks. I like Fandango because I don't know. I like
his assholeness.
Yeah, his assholeness.
Yeah, but did you notice now that it was a dance off? Now, I'm sorry, Alex.
He brought in Emma.
From NXT now. And
so it was supposed to be.
What was the whole point of that segment?
Just to introduce her.
Yes.
To the fans.
I think that's because she's been with Evolution and Emanation, all these signs for the past couple of weeks, doing this ridiculous freaking dance. I think this was a waste of time.
It was.
How was the song going? Like,
yeah, she has her hands cuffed, pointing them out. And so it was supposed to be Santino versus Fandango having a dance
that
off.
Makes Fandango
and it ended up being Summer Rae versus Evolution.
Bad. Shit, made Fandango look queerish.
So yes, that actually sucked. What was really interesting was after that, Batista, the animal, comes out. And I'm really surprised. I was really happy with the return, the whole announcement of the return of Batista. But the WWE Universe is actually giving these confusing signs. They're just, some of them are just like, yeah, some of them are like, boo. Like, it's a whole mix of emotion.
Why?
Why are you disappointed?
I don't like how he's not the way he used to be. He's not like, I need to see him in a match and kick ass.
Well, that's why this whole segment, I think, is for a match to happen, because he needs to have a match.
I'm doubtful right now.
Between now and WrestleMania, he has to fight, because the only thing, he came out number 28 in the Royal Rumble, and he didn't really do much. He wasn't really showing a lot of his fighting. But yeah, so he comes out. He doesn't even get to speak before he's interrupted by Del Rio, and Del Rio goes in talking shit. If you guys know, Del Rio has been talking shit since they announced Batista was gonna come out. And Batista was actually the one that threw him off the top rope.
Well, that's been building for a long time.
So, so Batista gets a cheap shot from Del Rio, and Del Rio, just go at him. Batista falls to the floor, and when Del Rio's about to run on him, Batista grabs him, kicks him, and he's about to do a Batista bomb. And he still hasn't done the freaking Batista bomb on anyone. And, yeah, so finally they make the match. They don't even make the match. Batista's just like, okay, you want to pick at me? Let's do this. So hopefully...
You forgot to mention that he hit him.
That's what I said.
Okay.
See, he's not even listening to me. I said, let me just repeat this, just in case you guys didn't hear me. Del Rio did a cheap shot on Batista when Batista was telling him, I don't have a problem with you. I don't know what's your problem with me. Del Rio did a cheap shot on him and hit him. Batista falls on the floor. And then Batista gets up and kicks Del Rio and about to do the Batista bomb, and Del Rio pussies out and runs out the ring. So Batista gets pissed off and he's like, well, you want me? Let's do this. We don't know. There's no match yet. Maybe Elimination Chamber. It's gonna be Del Rio versus Batista.
When you said cheap shot, that could be an insult. That's why I was.
No, he punches him to the floor. I said that.
I'm thinking
for the fourth time now.
God, I think Friday you're gonna start seeing something built up for the Chamber in a couple weeks.
So yeah, I mean, I already knew something big was gonna happen because
this is Batista's last chance for me. If he sucks in this match, he's done.
Yeah, he's like the whole
if he can't do a real Batista bomb or be more athletic, he's done.
That's why they're gonna bring him. That's why they're gonna put him bad after Mania.
It's not even bad or good. It's you suck in the ring, is what I'm saying.
Because he's been out of it for 4 years. He's not what he was when he was with Evolution.
That's okay. That's what the training centers are
He
for.
was under the tutelage of Flair and Hunter.
But he was by himself for a while.
Yeah, that's when he won his first Royal Rumble, okay, in 2005. And that's when they broke up Evolution. That was the prime of Batista's career. He was at the top of the mountain back then. You go to MMA Strike Force, an organization that nobody's even heard of, okay? And you decide, I want to come back because I want the WWE World Title.
And he wants to main
And
event
nobody is
WrestleMania.
going to know you after 4 years. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion.
Well, I'm actually disagree with you. The thing is that people are disappointed because they're not really seeing the old Batista. Not that no one knows him, because if no one knew him, he would not have gotten that big pop when he first came out. When he first came back.
But you're looking at a different generation now, Vanessa. A younger generation of younger kids now coming into watching wrestling, and this is the first time I'm looking at Batista. Okay, if you would have had the same generation now of of what he was when he was with Evolution, it would have been different. But now it's a different generation. A lot of kids are like, oh, who is this wannabe guy?
Well, that's why he needs a match.
This guy that moves like a robot. Who's this old guy that don't know how to
That's why they need that's
but
why
The
they
Rock
need
didn't suck that bad.
No,
when he came
because
back.
here's the thing.
Well, because The Rock is big. He's been in movies. Everyone, even the kids know him.
But here's the
Okay, but what does that have to do with your in-ring ability?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's why he needs a match.
No, but here's the thing.
Not even. He didn't train well enough.
Alex, listen. Look, guys, we're bickering over here, and this is not what we want. But let me just tell you, the difference
With the shoe breaking up right now.
between The Rock and Batista. The Rock was in the WWE for so many years, in and out. But he was in matches. He took a long extended time off because he was in, the Fast and Furious movies.
He was in 4 or 5 movies.
But every
last
time
year.
he came back,
he had a
he
match.
had it.
Exactly.
He had the skills, in-ring skills.
Because you want to know why he had those in-ring skills? Because he trained day in and day out.
But we haven't seen Batista yet. That's what I'm saying. He needs a match. He needs a match to shut you guys up. That's all he needs.
You're gonna hear it that day. You're gonna hear it.
I'm just
when you
saying.
See how much he sucks that match.
Well,
and Del Rio kicks his
He's
ass.
gonna be the laughing stock of WrestleMania.
Well, if they're trying to do WrestleMania 30 with Batista and Randy Orton, I doubt he's
Triple
gonna
H is
stop.
sitting back like, ooh, I think I made a mistake.
I really do.
That's not what's best for business.
I'm gonna have to do some bullshit and have
I
a
think
triple threat match.
Honestly,
with Ryan and
honestly,
He
like you were saying, with The Rock and how he trained day in and how he trained day out. Batista, he goes to MMA Strike Force. Nobody's even heard of that company. You come back and you look okay. You look like you're over jacked though. I mean,
it's not even that he's jacked. It's kind of like a front. Like, you know how when people, they may look clean, but they're not clean?
Yeah.
He looks jacked, but he's not athletic. It's kind of just like he's playing mind games. You're here to wrestle. If you're not athletic, I'd rather have a guy that has a big gut, but that is athletic. Like Vader. Vader
was awesome.
He can jump like none other, and he's the biggest dude around.
I mean, look,
I wasn't here
but
for
look,
Vader.
But look, Vader did a Vader bomb on Yokozuna, who was 500 pounds.
That's what the whole point is that you have to be in ring. I don't care if you've been on a hiatus. You gotta come back strong. You can't, especially when you're set up to go to WrestleMania. You have to be good in the ring.
I think the WWE, to end this segment here, I think the WWE made a big mistake. You brought back Batista days before the Royal Rumble. You should have brought him back weeks before the Royal get him loosened up in a few matches leading up to the Royal Rumble. Have him win the Royal Rumble, compete in a few more matches leading up to the Chamber, and then more matches leading up to WrestleMania.
They assumed that everyone was going to
exactly. The thing was that everyone they actually assumed that like you said that he was gonna get this big pop. Like they're really confused now because it was like, wait, we thought he was gonna, we thought the audience wanted this. We thought he was gonna get, but the whole thing is that Daniel Bryan is actually right now in a bigger scale, like all the way on top right now, where everyone's just like, oh, Batista's back, great, but we want to see Daniel Bryan. But we want the Yes movement.
But you want to know why Daniel Bryan's on that high scale?
Because he's proven himself week after week.
Look what he did at Survivor Series. You beat one of the top names of the WWE, John Cena. A top name who, in my opinion, hasn't lost many matches. To a guy, Daniel Bryan, who I think deserved that match at SummerSlam in August last year. You beat a top name guy like in Cena. Then you go on and beat another top name in Orton. Day in, day out. You're proving yourself. With Batista, it's a wrap with him. I'm sorry.
We're just going to have to see with time. With time, we will have to see. This next match, we'll see. But let me get back to the actual event that happened at Raw. It was 3-on-3 match. As they usually have every week, a 3-on-3 in some way.
They've been getting involved with that a lot now.
So here we have Dolph Ziggler.
Who have
the show off.
They shitted on Ziggler big time.
Also have Xavier Woods. And here is R-Truth coming out together. Friendly, doing a little dance. Even Ziggler was doing a little dance.
Shaking his nice ass.
And then the real stable comes out. The Wyatts.
We're here.
The Wyatts. We're here. And eerie as always. I always like Eric Rowan because he's a beast.
Because now he's getting more involved. He's starting to speak out.
That's the sheep, right? That's the sheep beast.
The one with the black beard, I think that's his name.
That's Eric Rowan.
No, Luke Harper, actually. Yeah, you're right. Eric Rowan is the one with the orange hair.
Yeah,
orange beard.
that's the sheep.
Eric Rowan.
Okay, yeah, the guy with the sheep head.
And that's Luke Harper.
Luke Harper is the guy I like.
Yeah, because he's starting to open up finally. They kept him quiet, but now he's opening up. He's starting to get more involved. Which I think is good because now the fans are going to be like, oh, listen, it's just not
Bray.
The sadistical, maniacal Bray Wyatt talking. There's other members of this family that are talking like Harper and you got Rowan. They're starting to open up. It's good to see.
The match wasn't that good, but it was good, but it wasn't. It was like, all right, it was kind of quick in the sense that you know what was going to happen, that they just kind of like slammed them and then they got the win. At the end.
Yeah, but if you actually saw, the crowd was actually chanting for Ziggy. Like the crowd wanted Ziggy in the match. Like it wasn't. This was one of the matches because they were chanting for CM Punk in every other match, but this match, they wanted Ziggy in there.
Ziggler should go to TNA because he'll be a bigger star over there.
I mean, he was a big star when it was him against Del Rio.
Oh, yeah.
He was a really big star. But they haven't been giving him enough limelight or any storylines because he's actually a really good athletic fighter.
Yeah, he is.
Wrestler, so to say. But
he ain't got enough, though. I'm sorry. My problem is that he got tagged in, and guess what happened?
Sister Abigail.
The best new finisher here on the WWE.
I like it.
Yeah, so I mean that Sister Abigail is sick though. I really like it. After that, the Shield
did the same thing that happened to them earlier.
It's mind games, Alex. It's mind games.
Like, we don't believe in rocking chairs with no one sitting there. And,
we don't believe in all these sadistic shit. It's really good because these two are known for for playing mind games with these videos, and it's really good. Like you have a mind games versus mind games.
Yeah, which is good.
I'm really starting to like this.
And I'm glad they made that match with. I'm glad they made that match with the Elimination Chamber because you had two crazy stables going against one another. You don't know that's gonna be.
That's gonna be crazy, especially like I really prefer to see Bray Wyatt versus
Roman
Reigns. Like that collision is gonna be really nice.
That probably will happen down the line again, but I think that it's gonna help with the split. But at the end of that, Bray was like, "I welcome the war. I welcome it," screaming and laughing.
Yeah, that was a good impression there.
And he's still giggling till the screen turns to commercial. He's still laughing.
Basically, the Shield is telling them, watch it. We're gonna beat the shit out of you in Elimination Chamber. As you guys don't know, it's the Shield versus the Wyatts in the Elimination Chamber.
Thank you for that good pop.
Yes.
But now we're gonna go on to, of course, if you don't know by now, you better wake the fuck up. The Divas.
His favorite topic.
Thank you. Don't interrupt me like that again when I'm talking about my
Divas.
Okay, now the Divas tonight was Naomi versus
Big bootylicious ass Naomi. Sorry, continue.
Versus the Romanian sensation Oksana.
Oksana.
Who was Teddy Long's love interest back a few years ago.
Exactly.
Had that happen there like that.
Yeah. That was like a year ago. That was just like a year
2 years ago.
And guess who comes out just to come out?
And
AJ.
AJ comes out with her bodyguard,
Tamina.
the daughter of WWE Hall of Famer Jimmy Snuka, Tamina, and they're talking while the match is going on. Naomi had like the complete upper hand in this match. She did a couple of ass moves, shook her ass right in Oksana's face on the top rope, which really got me going. Made my blood boil. Woo-wee! Yeah, that was a
She's very athletic. She does a move that Jack Morrison used to do.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Can I just say that the move that you mentioned, Chris, that she was shaking her butt in the turnbuckle, AJ said something funny. She's like, doesn't she know this is a PG program?
Show. Yeah.
And kids are watching.
Yeah.
This is not for kids.
Yeah, AJ be wearing these bootylicious shorts, bending over, showing her fucking ass and shit, having everybody, including me, drooling.
Let it hit.
And you had me at a good point right there. But anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is a piece.
So the move that I'm talking about is when she does the backflip from the top of the ropes.
Right. I know what you're talking about. But as the match is going on, the announcers asked AJ one important question, and I want to get your true opinion on this. When was the last time you seen the Divas title defended?
A long time ago.
Natalia was the last one, wasn't it? Like 2-3 pay-per-views ago.
Do you think Naomi deserved a title shot?
Yes.
I think she deserves to win it, but I want her to win it at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I don't want her to win it before.
Me neither.
I want her to win it in a big way.
That's actually cause she's actually proving herself week after week that she's one of the best athletic ones right now.
She's a premier diva.
Yes.
AJ admitted that, saying that she's the best out of all the other divas, but you're not better than me.
No, but you want to know what it is? That's just scared. That's AJ being scared. Because she knows that Naomi or whatever diva's out there, maybe even Emma one day down the road, can beat AJ to take that Divas title away.
But the thing is that with AJ, I haven't seen her fight in so long. I just see Tamina beating the shit out of everybody. And then, which, if you heard what Michael Cole and AJ was saying, AJ thinks that Tamina is the weak link.
Yeah. And that did not sit well with Tamina.
Tamina looked at her like, bitch, I can take that belt away from you in 3 seconds.
So what about this? With that being said, how about you see either at the Chamber or in Mania in the Superdome, Naomi, AJ versus Tamina, a triple threat Divas 3-way for the title.
That'd be a good thing because the Divas right now is like they're just fading away.
Because you want to know what it is?
I don't think so.
Alex, wake up. Wake up.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
Alex, wake up. You're in a fantasy world. The Divas are now nothing. Who do you got in the Divas division, Alex? Who?
Naomi and AJ.
No.
Those are my favorites.
No.
But right
you
now-
still got Natalia. You still
She's
got
okay.
you still got Layla. You still got Caitlyn. You got Alicia Fox.
Summer Rae is
Oksana.
good.
Summer Rae is nothing. She's underdeveloped, Alex.
That's what you think.
She's underdeveloped.
I like them.
You gotta realize
The Bellas suck.
the Bellas suck.
The Bellas
The
suck.
Bellas suck.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
The Bellas suck.
The Bellas suck.
You gotta be. Are you fucking in a real world right now? The Bellas suck.
Bellas suck.
No, they don't.
Yep, they do.
You gotta be fucking kidding me, Alex.
The best of AJ and Naomi. Dead that
No.
combo.
No.
Everyone else is trash.
Really, everyone is trash.
Summer Rae's good.
No,
alright.
she's not.
Natalia's good. All right. But AJ and Naomi are the best there.
You forget one damn thing, Alex. There's very limited divas in the WWE. You're
I'm having fun
You're
watching them.
still in the Attitude Era when you had divas like
The Attitude Era barely had them fighting though.
but they were barely fighting. Really? Barely?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
No. Bullshit.
Yes.
Bullshit. Bullshit, Alex. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Bullshit to that point. The Attitude Era had every fucking diva there was in the WWE doing high start moves. Death-defying
Who's
moves.
that?
Lita with the Hardy Boys.
Who else?
You had Trish doing a lot
Who
of
else?
But that was the point of it, Alex.
You only had two. Shut your mouth.
Oh, really? Shut
You
my
only
mouth.
had two.
Really? Shut my
Name
mouth.
more. Name more.
Really?
You got nothing, bro.
I got nothing.
How many divas we mentioned here? A lot.
But how many have done what Lita's done? How many have done what Trish has done? How many of them are future Hall of Famers?
Lita's the only one I could say that you're right about. Trish is just a prop. She looked good.
A prop? A prop? They used her in so many storylines, Alex.
Yes, because she looked good.
So did Lita.
Just like Sable, she looked
Sable
good.
was nothing.
Sable used to be showing her titties every week, and that's the divas I remember.
Because
That they
were-
never actually fought in
But
any
Alex,
real matches.
Alex.
I wasn't here for that. I was here for
You know that there was
Melina.
less matches back in
Alex,
the day. Stop fronting.
Alex,
You
Alex.
are fronting because it's a fact. The divas wrestle more than they ever did, and you're hating on that. I'm right.
No.
You're hating.
You're hating.
You know it's a fact. Don't admit it right now. They wrestle more than they ever did now.
They did, but you're...
Bam Bam Bigelow.
But Alex,
Bam
but
Bam
Alex,
Bigelow.
Alex, listen to me. Listen to me on this one. The divas back then had more airtime. They were in more matches. They can do all that with the showing of the tits and all that because back then, Alex, it was not PG. It was unfamily friendly. Now it's fam friendly. You gotta realize it.
I know that.
Different generation, Alex.
That has nothing to do with the wrestling. The actual wrestling.
Oh my God.
You love the Attitude Era for the boobs and all that.
I didn't love that because of the boobs. I loved it because...
Okay, they barely wrestled though, and you
my
know that's
God.
a fact. They barely wrestled. You cannot front on that. You're gonna see when the new network comes out, you're gonna see how many few diva matches there are from back in the days. And you're gonna be like, oh yeah, oh, there wasn't that much matches. You know, nowadays they get a match on Raw, and they get main event to mostly main event. Which that never happened a few years back. The Divas is way bigger than they ever been, especially with Total Divas.
Because Total Divas now is exposure for the divas. This is for the younger generation, Alex. This is a
You know you're wrong.
Oh my
Just stop
God.
screaming.
Oh, I
Just,
give up.
you
I
know
give
the
up.
main
I give
point
up.
was...
I give up, Alex.
Thank God you give up, 'cause I wasn't going to give up.
I was gonna say Naomi gets to win. That's the end of it.
So now that you chickens are calm down,
Chickens.
yes, I really like Naomi. Now I can say my
Whatever
point
that
of view.
means.
Well, that's the first word
Whatever
that
metaphor
came.
that is. Wherever you got, what movie you got that from?
That that was the first word that came to my head. Anyways, when I wasn't there for the Attitude Era for Trish and Sable, and I don't even remember China or whatever. The one when I was watching.
China was a beast. That's who you should have mentioned.
Right.
China was a beast.
Yeah, but
I thought she was a man, but then
Alex,
she did a sex move.
Alex, China.
You guys don't even let me talk.
Alex, I'm sorry.
You mentioned.
Continue. Talk. Habla, coño.
You don't. Get it.
Okay, since he stood shut, I was here for Mickey James, Melina, when they were fighting. There was this girl named Cherry. Anyways, what I wanted to say was Naomi is actually doing really good, and they might do Naomi and AJ at WrestleMania, and that's what we were trying to say was that that's gonna be a really good match. We weren't talking about I don't know who Sable is, and
What was that? What was the black girl's name that she had from back in the day? She had big boobs too. That used to do bikini contest. Jacqueline.
See, all I remember watching wrestling when I was younger, the Divas were just doing these naked mud baths.
Because Vanessa, that was the Attitude Era. It wasn't PG. You can get away with it back then. Nowadays, you can't get away with
now
that.
Women are more respected, is what I'm saying. They're looked at by their skills, not by them doing bikini contests.
Exactly.
And I like that more because
me too. Because that's what I'm saying.
Sex should be sex, and wrestling should be wrestling. That's what I.
But you gotta mix it in.
I don't mind. I'm just saying.
She's like, I don't mind.
I'm just saying that I want it to be more about the wrestling, less about the gimmicks.
But anyway,
Naomi wins.
I said that.
With the booty.
With the booty.
She make it clap.
But did you notice actually Oksana hit her in her eye? She kneed Naomi in the eye. And that really messed up Naomi.
Yeah.
But she ended up winning with the whole backflip from the same thing that John Morrison used to do.
It was
and
good.
yes, that's about it for the Divas. Now we go on to something that was really exciting.
This is the main event of the night.
Go on.
The Yes Man is here to fight for his respect against Randy Orton, the enemy. And he's gonna show him what he got with the knee. Well, let me get to the actual match. This was set by Triple H and Stephanie that he has to fight everybody from the Elimination Chamber throughout the weeks.
Did you remember
Daniel Bryan is the first.
Did you remember what Stephanie said though? She said that this is when she said that if Randy loses this match, then they're gonna have to reconsider their face
of the WWE.
Of the WWE. I just wanted to let you guys know that. Continue.
I think that'd be good though.
Said that earlier. If you want
I'm just reminding our audience.
I think that's gonna be good though, because if you get a new face of the WWE, you're gonna get more of an audience.
Well, the audience is already going crazy with the Yes movement. Yeah, but continue.
But I was worried because I didn't find the last Daniel Bryan Randy Orton match to be too interesting. But you know what? Kurt Angle himself tweeted earlier today that he thought that the match was awesome, and he was like, "Good job, guys." I forgot how the tweet went, but I'll put the picture up when I get it. But it was a really good match, and Daniel Bryan was getting at the knees.
Yeah. He was getting at the hamstring area.
Yes, the left knee. He was going in on the left knee of Orton. He was kicking it. Kick after kick after kick. He even hit it against the steel post a couple of times. He put his knee towards the steel post, ran back, and then ran towards it and kicked it. Like, he was going in on that left knee. And Orton couldn't even stand up straight. He really hurt that knee. That match was really...
Oh, my favorite part is always when Randy does the DDT from the ropes.
Oh, yeah.
And then he pushed him to the floor after he did that, didn't he?
But then you notice... But
it changed.
But then you notice, as Bryan was doing it to the hamstring area of Randy Orton, Orton then got strength, and all of a sudden he decided, hey, you know what? If I'm gonna hurt you. Let me hurt your shoulder. Yeah, and he targeted targeted that shoulder, I would say for a good 15, 20, 25 minutes of the match. It was near the end of the match in which he targeted that shoulder, and it affected Bryan to a point where, hey, you know what? I can't do any of my moves that require me to use my hands.
But he was still, because if you see, Bryan uses his legs more than his hands. Or he does a lot of kicks. He's not like Sheamus, who has to use his hands because he's very physical with his hands.
Because Daniel Bryan,
he uses more of his legs. So even though it did hurt him, the whole shoulder,
right.
he was still able to kick because that's what his big thing is.
Daniel Bryan is a technical wrestler. He's more of a technical style wrestler because he relies on submission moves to beat you in a match. He was like that when he was with TNA as Bryan Danielson. He was technical. He was a submission style guy. He learned that from Shawn Michaels, because Shawn Michaels was both technical and high flying, and this is what Daniel Bryan is, which makes him a technical wrestler.
That is true.
You know what I forgot that happened was that Kane came out, and then Daniel Bryan ran with him to the knee, to the face.
Yeah.
And then Kane fell.
Yeah.
But now the questions are going to speculate. Why did Kane interfere?
Kane has something to say because Kane didn't come out like when he came out to distract CM Punk. Like, he didn't come out taking off his suit with his music or whatever. He came out and said, "Hey, wait!" Like, he was gonna say something, but his distraction didn't really cause anything for Daniel Bryan because Daniel Bryan actually kicked him to the...
And then he did the flying goat.
And then he did the flying goat on both because Randy Orton, he had pushed him to the floor as well. He did the flying goat on both Kane and Randy Orton at the same time.
But getting back to what you were saying earlier, you know, at the beginning of the night when Stephanie and Hunter said,
yes,
if Daniel Bryan wins, we're going to consider you being the new face of WWE.
Yeah.
Did you ever think of one thing? Why did Kane show up at the end of the match?
He wants to.
No. Did you ever think it could be a revisit of SummerSlam again? Bryan has so much high momentum. He's gonna beat Randy Orton. Let's try to screw him. Could it be SummerSlam all over again?
Maybe, but I think it's just that Kane has that, I don't know what, he's trying to hide that monster in him with so much layers of corporate clothing. Nigga, you saw the monster and it's waiting to be unleashed. Unleash it! Coño!
Vanessa, calm down. But you heard what the announcer said last night. There is a monster within that suit. And it's going to be unleashed. It's going to be unleashed very, very soon.
Yeah,
Just watch.
so, actually, after that happened, he actually threw Kane also through the steel stairs.
Just the steps, yes.
And then Randy Orton and Bryan continue. Bryan was very vicious. He even threw Randy Orton through the announcer tables.
Yeah, knocked out Michael Cole.
Yeah, he didn't.
God.
Yeah, he knocked him out. JBL and Jerry Lawler was actually fast enough to get out.
Yeah, Michael Cole, the little bitch that he is.
The way that this was concluded was the running knee to Randy Orton
for the one
clean finish.
After Orton was gonna try to do the RKO and it didn't work. And
then Kane came in, gave Bryan the choke slam
after Bryan
won the match. I still think it's SummerSlam revisited.
And Randy throwing them belts up.
Yeah.
I still think it's
proud for what you just lost.
I still think SummerSlam revisited. You're gonna see it again.
By the way, after the match, there's photos of Roman Reigns getting stitched up in the face because he got hurt.
Oh shit!
A lot of stitches there. A lot of pictures.
Yeah. So Big E really.
Big E really hurt him.
But
this Raw was saved by the last match.
Yes,
I was gonna say the same thing right now.
That was the saving grace of the whole night, the main event.
If Kurt Angle from TNA is giving them props,
it was a really good match.
Then it's a good match.
Bryan was more vicious. And Brian was because we used to seeing Brian
And plus
hitting
they-
and everything, but I saw more viciousness
And
in
plus,
him.
and Vanessa, and plus they gave it more time. They started the main event a half hour early because you know it's from a lot.
35 minutes.
They
Sorry.
gave it. Thank you, but they gave him a lot of time. But you notice a lot of the main events on previous Raws have been starting, say, a quarter till, 10 till. There's not much, but this match had a lot of anticipation because
They gave him more time to air. I mean, what were they gonna do? Add a freaking another silly ass dance off to
Could've been
occupy space?
You really hate that dance off.
Yeah, it was
Right.
retarded. It was retarded.
what was missing was a Hall of Fame announcement, which was surprising.
See, that could have taken up some time. But I'm glad it didn't because that whole Bryan and Orton match was really good.
They want people to turn into the Elimination Chamber. That's what they want. They want people to turn it in.
And since Orton lost, do you think that now Triple H is gonna be like, okay, next week he's gonna be like, oh, okay, maybe you're not the face anymore. Now it's
So
Bryan.
this is how we're gonna end the show, guys. We're gonna give each of you 1 minute to say what you think is gonna happen next week. So boom, Chris Coury, you got a minute. Go.
What I think is going to happen next week is they're going to address the whole Kane thing. Him coming out in the main event, they're going to address that. They're going to say to him, listen, you're a corporate guy. You're the director of operations. You are not allowed to lay your hands on an active WWE superstar. Somehow that's going to come back to be a punishment. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm leaning towards.
Well, what's yours?
Okay. Well, as they announced, Mark Henry actually returns.
Oh, yeah,
next
I
week.
forgot about Mark Henry.
See,
about that.
you guys, this is why I'm the smart one here.
I'm the knowledgeable one.
Okay?
Shut up.
So, Mark Henry is going to return next week. So, I'm either thinking Brock Lesnar comes out and they go into that little feud and they do something with Brock Lesnar and Mark Henry. That's one. Actually, that Kane whole thing with Kane, they have to say something about that.
And what about Punk? Do you think they're going to address the
So
Punk situation?
let me finish.
Oh my God.
Now, if you guys remember in the Royal Rumble, Kane, after being eliminated, actually came back and eliminated CM Punk and chokeslammed him on the announcer's table. Which, legally, if you following the freaking rules of the Rumble, CM Punk, it was never eliminated. So, when CM Punk comes, and if he comes next week, they're going to have to address that as well. So, those are the two things.
Can I go now?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Anyways, what I think is gonna happen. Obviously, they already said that they're gonna give an opponent every week to Randy Orton, or until the next couple weeks. I'm thinking that he's not gonna lose every match, but he may lose maybe once more out of everyone else.
I still think he's gonna. I think he's gonna lose everyone.
I don't think he's gonna lose everyone.
No, Randy
but I
Orton
think that
can lose all
I
of
think
them.
he may beat one of them.
The
I
only
think
one
that
I
they're
think-
gonna make him look strong because
only
you
one
gotta
he-
make him kind of look strong.
The
Yeah.
only one he's not gonna lose, I think, too, is Cesaro. He might just beat Cesaro. You know he's not gonna beat Cena. You know he's not gonna beat Sheamus.
But I think he's actually going to beat Cena.
I doubt it.
Just
Not for
because
nothing.
they have to make him, like you were saying, they can't make him a pussy and just get the hype. At
Cena
EC.
might beat him because there's nothing on the line.
But could this be punishment for Randy Orton for all the times you've opened your mouth? Could this be like, hey, listen, we're gonna punish?
But I honestly feel like he's gonna win some of them.
I don't know.
I think so too,
I-
because they
I-
Because they
can't.
want to make
I
him
doubt
look
it.
semi-strong before he
Yeah.
goes.
I doubt it. I
They
highly doubt
can't
it.
put him. There'll be no hype. If he loses all of them, then they're gonna be like, oh well, someone else is gonna win that match and EC in an elimination chambers.
Maybe that's what they want. They want to keep you guessing. Like,
But if he loses all of them, then there is no guessing. It's
But
an
then-
obvious choice.
But Vanessa.
My name is not Vanessa. My name starts with a B.
I'm sorry, Vanessa, with a V.
Thank you.
What they could be going with is have Orton lose a lot of these matches. Have every one of them think, hey, listen, I beat the champion. I'm going to be WWE World Champion. No, I beat Orton. No, I'm gonna be WWE World Champion. No, I beat him. Cause tension to have it
everyone else.
with everyone else and lose focus on Randy Orton.
And then for Randy Orton to come out of nowhere and then win.
Exactly. That's how they could.
But I don't think he should lose all 5 matches.
Maybe I could be wrong.
We're just going in circles here. That was the end of our Raw review. We're gonna keep talking and talking and talking and talking. So we'll see how our predictions go next week. Here I have Chris Coury, the future.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. We would just like to thank you for listening to this once-in-a-lifetime epic show that we do every Tuesday night. For A.S. Caldero and for the one and only Miss Vanessa
VNESS
and the future, I would like to say, keep it real, keep it raw. Vanessa?
Thank you, guys. Listen, subscribe, share, comment. We want your feedback. We haven't gotten any feedback. I want you to tell me that I gotta stop laughing because my laugh is retarded or something.
Open up, people.
We want your feedback.
For the few of you that has shared the video, thanks a lot. Leave more comments. Even if you say you hate this guy's voice, he annoys me, I hate his opinion, say it. I want you to say it. Just say it.
I double dare you because we're here.
We're here. Anyways, subscribe to Watch the Pot YouTube. Also, watchthepot.com. Got a lot of music videos, and we're gonna be coming back every week. Thank you very much. And I'ma sign off.
Thank you.